We will call the March 14th, 2024 Danby Select Board meeting to order. It's 7 o'clock. If you'll please rise and join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Dreyer, would you please call the roll?
Abbott.
Here.
Powers.
Here.
Fuller. Haynes. Bender.
Here.
Tommy just came in.
Tommy just came in.
Hold him.
And so while he's walking through the door, Beth, who do we have on?
Having trouble with the video right now. We have Chris Hardaway, Annette Smith, Lauren Dever, and Bill Richardson. And trying to fix the video here.
Good evening.
Hello.
We're just finding out who's watching us on video.
Okay. You want me to read the thing?
Yes, if you would, please.
Remote access to select board meetings, while not required by law, is offered in order to encourage access and participation for as many of our town's citizens as possible. It is understood that a select board meeting is a meeting open to the public, but not a public meeting per se. Business is conducted and votes are cast by board members. Therefore, public attendees, in person or remote, who wish to comment on an agenda action item when it is addressed in the course of the meeting should indicate such intention during the public comment period at the beginning of the meeting. To maintain order as well as the efficiency of the meeting, the rules for remote attendee participation are: remote attendees will be muted by online host upon joining the meeting, remaining so unless recognized to speak. Intention or desire to speak in order to comment or ask questions will be indicated by use of the hand-raising function of the remote platform. People will be recognized in the order in which the hand-raising function is activated. Online host will alert the chair to presence of remote questions, comments. Remote participants, when recognized, will unmute their device and identify themselves with clearly spoken first and last name. Comment or question will be limited to 2 to 3 minutes, after which participant will be muted. This time limit will apply to in-person participants as well. General ground rules concerning decorum remains the same as that which is expected of citizens, guests, and board members attending in person. Namely, the speaker will not be interrupted and will not interrupt other speakers. The speaker will treat the proceedings and other speakers with dignity and respect, addressing the issue and not personalities. Procedures for the use of this online platform and the above standards will be reviewed at the beginning of each meeting. And there we have it.
Thank you, Beth. So next, I'll entertain a motion to set the agenda. We have a few additions that I've written in there under motion to adopt the minutes. We have 2 sets of minutes. The second one is the special meeting of March 7th, which was our reorganization meeting. And then I have written in the other fleet permits that came in today, one of which is RK Miles, another is Bazin Brothers. There's also HOP Energy doing business as Kaiser Energy, and Wind River Environmental.
I make a motion to set the agenda.
I'll second it.
Motion is made and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we've set our agenda. Public comment.
I don't see anything currently, but I'm having trouble with my access, so. If there is public comment at this moment, you should unmute yourself and say so. Because I can't get to that screen for some reason.
Tracy or Tanya, do you have anything?
There we go.
Any,
And no one.
any requests? No requests. Okay. Then I will entertain a motion to adopt the minutes of February 8th and March 7th.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Motion is made and seconded. Are there any corrections to the minutes? Not hearing any. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried unanimously. So, next we come to our appointments for the year. And the first one is the tree warden. I did speak with Roger Bromley, and he is willing to do that again. I don't know if you want to handle all of them in one motion or go position by position.
I mean, we were gonna have to give us names for each one, or do you wanna?
The tree wardens are... The tree wardens in the past or the fence viewers rather, have been Greg Heaton and Ben Bromley. Nobody else has come forward for that. As far as the planning commission is concerned, we do have two letters, one from Drea Stoddard and one from David Powers, seeking another 3-year term on the planning commission. The Rutland Regional reps are Michelle Bushy with an alternate of Drea Stoddard. Rutland Transportation Council is Charles Bush and Tyler Pierce. And Rutland Solid Waste is Steve Haynes and Ken Abbott Jr.
I make a motion, we reappoint everybody based on the list you just read.
All
I'll
right,
second that.
motion is made and seconded. Did you get all the names, Drea, or do I need to repeat them?
So we only have 2 fence
Right.
viewers, which is Greg and Ben.
Mhm.
And then transportation is just Tyler.
Transportation
Charlie Bush and-
is
Charlie Bush and
Charlie
Tyler.
Bush and Tyler Pierce.
The last 2 are Junior and Steve.
Steve and Ken, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, motion is made and seconded. Are there any other nominations? I don't hear any, so all in favor of reappointing all the people that have served last year, please say aye. Aye. And that carried unanimous. Well, that brings us right down to the road commissioner's report, and Tom, the floor is yours.
Well, as far as the road projects, we're transitioning from winter to mud. And actually, roads are drying. How's your road, Ken?
Not bad at all.
Yeah,
We graded it, or he graded it yesterday, and it helped it.
yeah.
It
no.
loosened that little top up and it's starting to dry. So we
Yeah,
got 2
so
wet spots.
I would think that this week coming, we should be able to get on 80% of the roads. I mean, there's gonna be some cold spots that frost can be coming out again in another week or 2. That's basically it. We'll probably start putting some gravel down now that it's actually gonna do some good. And we're still, I mean, tree cutting's kind of on hold until we get our roads up to snuff as much as we can. That's about it for this moment. The only thing I wanted to bring up, and you gave me the copy of it, but I don't want to read it if you could read it, because my voice is pretty hoarse today. And I don't know if did you give the rest of the board the copy?
I did, yeah.
Is in our fleet permits, and we're stealing this, obviously, thank you very much, Rob, Town of Dorset. We are gonna put into our, or I guess I should ask, that we wanna add to our fleet permits. And this is a pretty good template.
Yes, it's pretty cut and dry, I mean.
And it gets through the you know, the mud season stuff and any of the times that things kind of happen to.
I think the March 1st should be optional, because, you know, whether we break up in February or March, that's the line.
Yeah, no, I think the only thing is that, that two, pending the current weather conditions and temperature, the Danby Highway foreman has the discretion to limit and totally restrict truck traffic in excess of the posted limits. See, I don't know if that's gonna cover us, if we're gonna have to post them still, because these are pretty straightforward. And then if you get down to 3,
Oh, yeah.
with change in weather conditions and temperatures, the drivers must exercise good judgment to protect gravel roads from rutting. And then any rutting of the gravel road that makes passage of an automobile uncomfortable must be reported to the Danby Highway foreman.
Well, I think two you want, because when you post the roads, you're lowering your weight limit.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
'Cause otherwise it would be go as you do, as normal.
No, I mean, I wanted to add these, and but I'm glad that, we found one, because I was thinking we had to change the permit. And we saw this little, in the bottom of the fleet permits, it says see attached.
Yes.
So this will be part of the fleet permits, and I think we should start putting them in. And I guess, do you want to read it for the public? And
I think that would be a good idea.
yeah, I mean,
Okay, so for those of you who are at home, we are considering a letter being attached to the fleet permits after we approve them and send them back to the companies that would say enclosed is your uniform municipal excess weight permit to operate the fleet of trucks as identified in your permit. The maximum weight allowed by this permit on the town roads in Danby is as you requested and so listed on the permit, but in no case shall be greater than the weight limit for the state roads. And then in bold print, during mud season, March 1st to April 30th, the following restrictions apply. 1. The Danby Highway foreman must be notified if a truck in your fleet will exceed the posted weight limits for the town roads. 2. Pending the current weather conditions and temperatures, the Danby Highway foreman has the discretion to limit or totally restrict truck traffic in excess of the posted limits. 3. With changing weather conditions and temperatures, the drivers must exercise good judgment to protect gravel roads from rutting. 4. Any rutting of graveled roads that makes the passage of an automobile uncomfortable must be reported to the Danby Highway foreman. And 5, it is your responsibility to repair or pay for the repair of a town road that is rutted or otherwise damaged by a truck in your fleet. You can notify the Danby Highway foreman by calling our garage at 293-5137. If there is no answer, please leave a voice message.
I guess the only thing that we, is that date that Mike had said of March, if we should,
Because some years you post in mid-February, depending on what the weather does, and that's the only thing I would like to see change, so we're not locked in if somebody's saying, well, it says March 1st.
So do you want to say February 1st or February 15th? Or, I mean, who knows the way these winters are.
That's
Can we leave the dates right off?
Well, I think we're covering all year round with some of them, the way it's put on there. But,
Could we put during mud season when
Well-
roads are posted or something to that effect? So when we post the roads, depending on, because that changes year to year when you post them.
Right, or approximately
Or you, yeah.
February 1st to
yeah, I
April
mean,
30th.
that's
Yeah, the word
probably,
approximately works good.
yeah.
Just add that. Anything so we're not committed to March 1st.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess,
So make it February 1st to April 30th?
No, I mean, you don't know. It can be from mid-February to March 1st.
Well, that's where
Approximately.
approximately.
yeah, I mean, you look at it now, we're gonna probably be out of mud season by April 1st.
Yeah, so I just put approximately March 1st is fine, Brad.
Okay.
Say that one word.
Okay.
Now, I guess my only thing is, we should probably send out these letters to all the ones that we
We
have,
approved already.
I've approved already, and
Absolutely.
give them. But at least that's a start on
Yes.
trying to,
Yeah.
and I guess at that point, if they're accepting the permit, they're accepting the conditions. And
Yeah.
if they're violating the permit, I mean, they're basically violating their use of our roads. So I wouldn't think that needs to be spelled out anymore, that they could lose their privileges, or. But I guess that's a good start, and
Yeah.
if we feel we need to add more as we go forward, we'll, yeah.
I would say so. So,
That's not an ordinance.
So they're having trouble hearing tonight, and I think it's my Wi-Fi connection, so if everybody could just really speak up, that might help.
Can you hear us?
That's helpful.
so would somebody like to put that in the form of a motion that we adopt?
I'll make a motion that we adopt
What we've just read.
this as worded.
As a policy addendum to the road permit.
Existing.
To be yeah, added to the road permit.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Motion's made and seconded. Any more discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Can I, keep this and
Yep.
give it back to you eventually?
And you've got a copy of that to name them off, so we can.
So, okay, next we have a number of fleet permits to approve. So I will entertain a motion to approve fleet permits for AmeriGas, Procter Gas, Belden Construction, Hunter Excavating, Steve Newton, RK Miles, Basin Brothers, Hop Energy doing business as Keyser Energy, and Wind River Environmental.
I'll make a motion that we approve the,
I'll second it.
Motion's made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. So next we have the Safe Streets, and I apologize for the typo there, and Roads Funding Opportunity. That is this.
we wanna make a motion on it, is what you're saying?
Well, I put down discuss it. I'm not sure if we want to make a motion or not.
I haven't read that one. Anyone else?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you somewhere along the line got an email.
Well,
That's
somewhere
something we
along
can
the line I
table
missed
next
it.
month. Is
Huh?
that time limit on it, or can we-
May 16th.
May 16th, so yeah, we can,
Let's move that to April, give us all time to go through our email and read it.
Okay, and if you need a copy, if it's somehow not in your email, let me know and we'll get that. Oh, you know what? Sometimes I actually surprise myself with my efficiency. There you go, take one and pass it. And we will put this on the April agenda. And then the next item of business is the disaster staging areas. Did you get a copy of that? I think I put that
Yep.
on the table for you. Not really a lot for us in particular.
Basically, they want us to designate a spot now, or they're just telling us that disaster hazardous material staging areas. Contact each town in southern region to identify the appropriate disaster hazardous material staging areas.
They're suggesting that you use like places where you might dump snow, for example, but you know, we're not like the city of Rutland where we're dumping snow somewhere.
So are they looking for us to identify a spot here? Or they're making us aware of it?
I think they're more or less making us aware of it. I mean, it would not hurt to identify a spot and then we could mention that in the town plan.
Yeah, well, it looks like if we were getting FEMA, that we would have to tell them any
Exactly.
place that we
Exactly.
took any materials that we dug out. And management and that's a local document annual SWIP report, year one only provide the location temporary disaster.
And it cannot be in a flood zone, of course.
Year one share update emergency personnel in each municipal SWIP. Year one submit trash and C&D disaster debris plan.
We still own the town pit on the west side.
Yep, it's a good spot.
That's out of the flood zone.
Right.
Yep, I would say that's the spot we would designate. Perfect spot.
Well, would you like to put that in the form of a motion and then we can let Mark Shea know that we have designated that?
Yeah.
He can live
Go ahead,
happily
Mike.
ever
I make
after.
a motion, we designate the town pit on the west side of Danby as the disaster debris staging area.
I'll second that.
Motion is made and seconded. Did you get that, Drea? Any more discussion on that? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And sign the Public Works Mutual Aid Agreement. Do you want to explain that, Tom?
That is where we share with all the other towns of the ability to, if they need our trucks or we need their loader, or we all try to work together to, if we need their help, they help us, we help them.
So we need to appoint a primary aiding official, an alternate aiding official.
Well, I think we would make Steve as the primary since he's the road foreman,
Okay.
and that would make him the easiest guy since he would know where his trucks are during a
Right.
You
event.
know, yeah, what everybody's up to.
Right.
And the alternate,
Kenny, you want to be the alternate? Because
Yeah.
if it's an emergency, you're usually on top of it.
Yeah, I'm usually kicking around somewhere.
and a primary requesting official, that should probably be Steve, right?
Yeah, I know, there's no reason we,
And do the same thing with Ken as the backup.
yep. only requires one signature.
Yep. So just if you'll put that in the form of a motion that, Steve,
Recording in progress.
Threw me off the Zoom and then it reconnected.
Steve is the primary aiding official. The alternate aiding official is Ken Abbott Jr. The primary requesting official is Steve Haynes, and the alternate is Ken Abbott Jr.
I make a motion to appoint as Brad just read.
Is there
I'll
a
second it.
second? Motion's made and seconded. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay. You don't have to put the time that we approved it on here. Okay, so that is pretty much the bones of our meeting. The treasurer could not be here this evening, but she did give everybody a report. If you want to take a minute and look that over, and we'll put it under old business. She did say we could call her if there's any questions.
Recording in progress.
This is bizarre.
Any,
I looked through it and handed it out, I didn't have any questions.
okay.
All right.
Same old, and regretfully, nobody's making payments on their Brock loans. So, is there any other new business? If there's no new business, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
Motion is made by Fuller. Is there a second?
I'll make it.
Seconded by Powers. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's adjourned at 7:28.